I walk up to the counter and the guy was like, "Oh, how can I help you today?" And I was like, "I'm here to pick up a whole bunch of drugs."
Preview.
Hey, lovelies, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. I'm actually in my Publix parking lot because I just dropped off my prescription. Oh, I'm picking up. Well, I dropped off my prescription for pickup. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh my god, you can still kind of see I had a little, what's it called? The baking powder. You can still kind of see it. It's weird. Anyways, so I'm position you guys right here. Hey, I just dropped off my little prescriptions. I'll show you what one looks like because I found out that I actually can get one of these drugs over the counter. But I am getting booby implants. It's a little prescription. But yeah. So I got like 6 of them. I literally walked up to the counter and the guy was like, "Oh, speaking of which." But yeah, so I walk up to the counter and the guy was like, "Oh, how can I help you today?" And I was like, "I'm here to pick up a whole bunch of drugs." Yeah, I mean, you guys know I'm joking, but I had 6 prescriptions and he just kind of laughed, the pharmacist and stuff. But yeah, so I'm getting my boobs done. I'm getting a breast augmentation. It's a breast augmentation and lift, and the reason why I'm getting a lift is because I actually have a breast deformality called tubular breasts, and it's not like it's not a actual, like, from my understanding, it's not life-threatening. I just have always known that my breasts have been weird. I noticed that when I was, you know how you're growing up, or like when you're a teen and girls take their clothes off in front of each other, my breasts just weren't right. And I remember I had a best friend who, like, when I took my shirt off, she like made a comment, and it like haunted me for the rest of my life. So I just always wanted breast implants. I've wanted them since I was 15, and I saw that my cousin who's like 4 years younger than me at the time, so imagine you're in high school, 3 years younger, so imagine you're in high school and your middle school cousin has nicer breasts than you. I mean, it's kind of, it makes you a little insecure. Granted, it didn't change, I mean, my personality, I guess, made up for it because I never really had a problem with dating, and the guys I dated just kind of were like whatever about it. Like they never made me feel weird about it. And it wasn't until I went to my first consultation. Somebody's calling me right now. Of course. Sorry. So I always knew that I had a breast deformality, and yeah, sorry guys, I completely lost daylight hour. But it wasn't until I went to my first consultation that I found out that I actually have a breast deformality, and the doctor was kind of like, "So you have this issue." And initially I went to consultation just to see about breast augmentation. Obviously you don't go, I feel like a lot of people don't go in knowing if they're gonna need a lift or not. So I was kind of just open to see what the doctor had to say. But yeah, I was open to see what the doctor had to say. And the doctor was basically kind of like, yeah, so you're gonna need more than just augmentation. You're gonna need a lift. And so, yeah. So I've gone to about 7 doctors, and they all said the same thing, which is that I could get augmentation, but I wouldn't be happy with the outcome because I really do need a lift. I also have a little bit of asymmetry, so they're also going to be fixing that for me. I'm also yeah, so I'm getting a peri-areola lift, which is where they take your areola and actually cut it out, and they lift it, and they put the implant in. I'm looking at doing about 400 or so cc's, 450 cc's, somewhere in the 400s. My surgery is actually in 3 days. It's later this week. It was pretty quick. I went to a few consultations, and then it was kind of like bam, bam, bam. And then here I am now. I'm getting ready to have surgery in a few days. I chose my surgeon because I felt the most comfortable with him. He is very well qualified. He went to like Yale and Harvard and all that stuff, and he uses a hand-free technique, which I love. I don't like the idea of somebody's hands being all up in me. I'm all up in my boobs and I'm really weird about stuff like that. So don't get me wrong, he's going to touch me to cut the incision and everything, but he's not like using his hands to actually insert the implant. He's using a hands-free method. So yeah, we're going to do different CCs on each boob. I kind of gave him free reign to kind of decide how, I'm sorry, my lighting keeps going out. But yeah, to kind of decide, you know, what's going where. I just know I want about 450 on my smaller boob, and then he can kind of figure it out the other one. I'm thinking 450, 475. Honestly, I just want to stay under 500 cc's. I don't want to be over 500 or in the 500 range. I just notice that every time I see recovery in the 500s, the people always look like they're in agony, and I just don't want to go through that. But I have a high pain tolerance, so I think I should be okay. So I went to my final like pre-op appointment last week, this past Thursday or Friday, and they gave me a little goodie bag. It's really cute, actually. I hear a lot about people talking about like arnica, which is this natural, it's a pain relief formula. It's supposed to be natural. It says that it helps with bruising, swelling, back, shoulder, neck pain, and muscle soreness. And I'm supposed to start taking this tomorrow. I'm supposed to dissolve, it's 50 tablets in this, so I dissolve it in some water, and from what they're saying is I start taking it about 2 days before the procedure so that it could build up in my system, and then so by the time I have surgery, it has taken effect and everything. They also sent me home with antiseptic wash thing. I'm supposed to put all over my body after I take my shower on the morning of or the night before. Basically, they said I can put all over my body after I take my shower, rest for 6 minutes or so, and then rinse it off. And one thing I do like, I really like the fact that they gave me these, because I had heard about these in videos that I was watching, but most people who I heard about, they had to buy it themselves. So like the fact that they gave me this little goodie bag, I thought it was cute. I guess technically I paid for it because this surgery was not cheap. I'm getting silicone. I'm getting silicone because I originally went in there wanting saline, but I told myself that if I go with this surgeon, that I'm going to go 100% with his recommendation. So I said, you know, if I'm going to get my breast lift, it's going to be by him, because he, not only is he Ivy League, which doesn't necessarily mean he's a better surgeon, but in his case, it does. But also, he also specializes in reconstructing like feminine parts. So like he works a lot with cancer patients and them helping them, like cancer patients who've had mastectomies, and he actually builds their breasts for them. He's worked with a woman who had vaginal cancer. He actually built her entire vagina for her out of nothing, which I thought was very commendable. Like that, their practice in general, they work a lot with like deformalities and just like the doctors actually met when they were on a mission trip together in Haiti, and they were helping the people there with like the cleft lips and all these deformalities, whatever, and they were doing like, I guess, Doctors Beyond Borders or something. I'm not really sure. It's a really commendable practice, and I like it. Like they're very, even with him, he seems to really care. And don't get me wrong, like most doctors aren't that personable, so he was. And mind you, this is coming from someone who my best friend's a doctor, and they're just not usually that personable. Don't get me wrong, she's a vet, but she's still a doctor, and in my experience, a lot of doctors aren't that personable. They just aren't. So the fact that he was really made me feel comfortable, and the fact that he had all this experience, and I actually found out about him through word of mouth. So I have a friend who is one of his physician assistants. I'm sorry, my dog is snoring. He just had his he got neutered like 4 days ago, and so now he has a little cone and everything, and they gave him the anti-anxiety pills, and he's like, ow, like he's up, but he's not. He's like chilling out right now. He took a doggy Xanax basically. But yeah, he's a really great doctor, and like I said, one of my friends was his physician assistant, and she actually recommended me to him, and her other friends are actually going there to get their nose done, and so it's really cool. I'm excited. We're contemplating if I'm getting lipo or not. I just feel like since I'm already going under, I could just do it all at once, because I know Demi have a special when you get breast implants. It's only additional $500 for you to get lipo, like, per section. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm already gonna be under general anesthesia. I might as well just go ahead and get lipo. But it's like, I feel like it's complicating my surgery a little bit more. And so it's making me a little nervous to think about getting lipo right now. I'm just thinking about it. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited. Stay tuned. I'll probably come back around the night before or something and do a 1-day pre-op type of thing. But I'm really excited. I did my blood work the end of last week, so I'm supposed to be hearing back from them today or tomorrow about it. I'm not really worried about that part because I actually just had blood work done, like, at the hospital when I went. I was in the hospital a few months ago, or a month ago probably, like almost a month and a half ago, I had a stomach ache, and so it ended up being gallstones actually, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, so I was in a hospital for a little bit, and they thought I had blood work and everything was fine, so I'm not really worried. But they did text me asking me about the work because they haven't gotten a word from it. So I was given instructions for the medication to put. They prescribed me a patch that I'm supposed to put behind my ear the night before surgery, and also I think I'm supposed to start taking the stool softener, I want to say they said, the day before, to kind of get me ready for like the anesthesia, and it kind of making me constipated. And my starting cup size is an B, like a small B / A, but I typically wear a 36A or a 34B, which is basically the same size, honestly. But I feel the most comfortable, honestly, in a 34 waist things, because 36 sometimes feels a little too big for me. But yeah, I'm hoping to get to a D. I would always say, oh, I want to be a full C, a small D, but like I just want to be a D. We're paying over $7,000 for surgery, so it's like I want to make sure that when I get out of there, I feel like, oh wow, I've had some surgery, my boobs are great. I want them to look basically perfect, honestly. And granted, size doesn't always mean it's perfect, but I always tell my best friend this, like, I'm 5 feet tall. I'm 5 feet tall, and I'm not skinny. I'm like 145, but I'm very bottom heavy. So like my butt is like a 46-inch butt or something. And so it's like I have some room to add a little bit more cushion up here, and it kind of still look balanced. But there is a size to where I may go too big and it looks imbalanced, you know? So I'm kind of trying to like make sure that I don't fuck it up, I'm trying to make sure that I don't overdo it, but at the same time, I know if I don't get big enough, I'd be really annoyed. So I'm definitely in the 400s. I'm in the later 400s for sure. Like, I'm thinking 450 to 475. I feel like 475 would make me happy, and then being at like I feel like 475 will put me in a good position, but 500 made me feel like I did too much. Like 500, I'd be like, oh my God, Gabby, you did way too much. But 475 would be like, okay, you know, like, okay. So yeah, I'll come back in a few days, the night before, and I'm gonna be super anxious, or I'm definitely gonna come back the night before. I'm gonna be really anxious. But yeah, stay tuned, you guys, and I'll show like a before and after picture. I'll probably have to get a bathing suit top or something. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm in Florida, and I actually went to someone who's in like Del Rey, and yeah, he's awesome. Like, he's really awesome. Oh my God. Even the surgical coordinator girl, she like texts me personally. Like, we talk back and forth. Like, she had her boobs done like a few months ago, so I'm asking her questions, and that was her second operation. And so I'm kind of like, it's really cool because like, she just did it, so she's giving me really good pointers, and she actually got 450 cc's. So yeah, subscribe, you guys, kind of to see what my journey is gonna be like. I'm doing this for me, and because I don't know, like, I feel like whenever I watch these videos, I don't feel like they give me enough information. Peace. Oh, shoot. I'm trying to use my computer keypad. I'm like, why isn't this keypad working to stop this video? But it's because on my phone. I just kind of, sorry.